Roy Benavidez's life was marked by hardship from an early age. Orphaned as a child, he faced bullying for his mixed Yaqui Indian and Mexican heritage, forcing him to leave school in 8th grade to support his family. At 19, Benavidez joined the Army, serving in the Korean War with the Texas Army National Guard. In 1959, he married Ilaria Lala Coit Benavidez and completed airborne training, earning assignment to the 82nd Airborne Division. In 1965, Benavidez was sent to Vietnam as an advisor to ARVN troops. During a classified solo mission to gather evidence of North Vietnamese troops posing as Viet Cong, he disguised himself as a guerrilla. While patrolling a narrow trail, he stepped on a landmine, severely injuring him. A Marine squad found him, initially mistaking him for a booby trap due to his Viet Cong attire, but his U.S. Army dog tags revealed his identity. Evacuated to a U.S. hospital, doctors warned he'd never walk again due to spinal damage and brain trauma. Defiant, Benavidez refused discharge from the Army, his lifelong passion. Night after night, he dragged himself from his hospital bed, enduring pain to rebuild strength in his legs. Supported by his wife, he walked out of the hospital 6 months later. Assigned a desk job at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, Benavidez trained relentlessly, qualifying for the elite Special Forces, the Green Berets, and joined Detachment B, 56, 5th Special Forces Group Airborne. In 1968, now Staff Sergeant with the codename Tango Mike, he returned to Vietnam. On an off-duty day, attending church, he overheard panicked radio chatter from Lachhiman near the Cambodian border. A 12-man Special Forces team, including his friend Sergeant First Class Leroy Wright, Staff Sergeant Lloyd Frenchie Musso, Specialist 4 Brian O'Connor, and 9 Montagnard tribesmen from the Civilian Irregular Defense Group, CDG, was surrounded by 1,000 North Vietnamese soldiers. 3 rescue helicopters had failed to extract them due to intense enemy fire, one returning with a fatally wounded door gunner, Michael Craig, age 19. Benavidez couldn't abandon his comrades. Volunteering for a rescue mission, he boarded a helicopter armed only with a Bowie knife and medical supplies, leaving his M16 behind. Approaching the extraction zone, he saw his team was too wounded to reach the chopper. Under heavy gunfire, pilot Larry McKibben zigzagged to provide cover. Benavidez leapt out, sprinting through the jungle to his team, taking a bullet to the leg he mistook for a thorn. Finding Wright with a shot-out eyeball, he patched the wounded, dragged them to a defensible position, and administered morphine while directing fire. Spotting O'Connor and an interpreter, he signaled them to move, but gunfire pinned them down. Another bullet hit his thigh. On adrenaline, he popped green smoke to signal McKibben, suppressing enemy fire with a scavenged AK-47 to cover O'Connor and the interpreter's crawl to the chopper. Searching for Wright, who carried critical intel, Benavidez found his body but was shot in the stomach and hit by grenade shrapnel, knocking him unconscious. The helicopter crashed under enemy fire, killing McKibben. Benavidez pulled survivors from the wreckage, including Musso, O'Connor, and the interpreter dispensed morphine and set up a perimeter, calling in F-100 jets to drop napalm. As enemy machine gun fire resumed, he took another leg wound. With North Vietnamese closing in, a rescue chopper arrived. Benavidez and the team dragged the wounded aboard under fire. Shrapnel blurred his vision, and an NVA soldier bashed his jaw and slashed his arm with a bayonet. Unable to rely on a morphine-dazed O'Connor, Benavidez killed the soldier with his Bowie knife, then eliminated 2 more NVA with the AK-47. After ensuring the interpreter and classified materials were secure, he boarded the helicopter, holding his exposed intestines from the stomach wound. At the base, medics mistook Benavidez for dead among the 37 bayonet, bullet, and shrapnel wounds covering his body. As they zipped him into a body bag, a friend recognized him, shouting, "That's Roy Benavidez." A doctor declared him beyond saving, but Benavidez spat in his face, signaling he'd survive. After intensive surgery in Japan and nearly a year at Brooke Army Medical Center, Fort Sam Houston, he recovered. His commander recommended him for the Distinguished Service Cross, uncertain he'd live to receive the Medal of Honor. On February 24, 1981, President Ronald Reagan presented Benavidez the Medal of Honor, saying, "If his story were a movie script, you wouldn't believe it." Benavidez humbly remarked, "The real heroes are the ones who gave their lives." He died on November 29, 1998, at 63. Mad Jack Churchill, also known as Fighting Jack, was an extraordinary figure in World War II. Born in Hong Kong, he graduated from the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst in 1926, and his restless spirit led him to unconventional paths. Mad Jack fought the war wielding a longbow, bagpipes, and a Scottish broadsword. His stint in Burma honed his adventurous spirit as he learned to play the bagpipes and journeyed across the Indian subcontinent on a motorcycle. In 1936, he left the army only to return when the war broke out. During the 1940 Battle of France, leading the British Expeditionary Forces retreats, he utilized his longbow and broadsword. He famously took down a German officer with a well-aimed arrow, the only such kill documented in World War II. Even when shot in the neck, he shrugged it off, claiming the bullet was from a German machine gun. His rescue of a trapped officer during an ambush earned him a military cross. His adventures continued as he joined the commandos, becoming a leader in various raids. By charging in a battle to the tune of bagpipes, he earned a second Military Cross's commendation. In a daring Italian assault, he captured multiple prisoners with his trusty broadsword, quipping audacious orders to allies and enemies alike. Despite being captured and imprisoned in concentration camps, he managed to escape twice. In Yugoslavia in 1944, Mad Jack led a vain attack on Hill 622, ending up a prisoner due to a lack of munitions. Unyielding in spirit, he escaped captivity again, illustrating unparalleled survival and leadership qualities. His adventurous spirit was unwavering, forever lamenting the end of the war. Even in retirement, he sought out further adventures. Lachhiman Gurung of the Gurkha Rifles exhibited relentless bravery in Burma, 1945. In a dim battle setting, his comrades incapacitated, he faced a fierce night attack by Japanese soldiers. Despite grievous injuries, lighting the scarred terrain with a surviving iron will, he declared none would pass. He withstood waves of enemies solo, mowing down 31 foes until dawn, inspiring his unit to further valorous defense. For this remarkable valor, he received the Victoria Cross, a medal of courage to an unassuming farmer who returned to Nepal post duty, remembered as a stoic and gallant warrior. O.N.J. Bagot, in 1943, offered another thrilling tale, downed by Japanese fighters and left to parachute out wounded. A miraculous event occurred mid-air as he took a daring shot at an approaching pilot, allegedly causing the enemy aircraft to crash, a testament to defiance. With stories chronicling between truth and legend, Bagot's narrative echoes a struggle, bravery, and a defiant spirit remaining immortalized despite lacking formal acknowledgement. Leo Major, a French-Canadian soldier, became a legend for his audacious feats, rejecting ferocity's confines laid upon him during World War II. The loss of one eye did not deter him, embracing his one-eyed view for further conquests. Among his bold endeavors, the liberation of Zwolle from German occupation stands paramount. Accomplished under the sheer willpower of one determined man, It resulted in the fleeing of German forces, highlighting valor in solitude. Surviving brutal conflicts, Major's tales beheld numerous facets, engaging one-man rampages, turning the tide in fiery confrontations. The heroic acts of Mad Jack, Lachhiman Gurung, Owen Bagot, and Leo Major are glances into unwavering courage, compelling tenacity, and undying warrior spirit. Their saga distinctively captures astounding war feats, leaving an indelible mark in history, further narrating heroism and valor through generations. Douglas Bader, the legless flying ace. Douglas Bader's journey began in 1928 when he joined the RAF. His passion and skill led him to graduate in 1930, but his career took a dramatic turn in 1931. In defiance of orders, he crashed a Bristol Bulldog, resulting in the loss of both his legs. One might expect such a loss would end his ambitions, but Bader was determined to defy expectations. He learned to walk on artificial limbs, drive, play golf, and even dance. Despite numerous rejections due to his disability, Bader's persistence paid off when he rejoined the RAF in 1939, proving himself capable in rigorous flight tests. Becoming a pilot in No. 19 Squadron and later No. 222, he quickly established himself as a remarkable fighter, downing a Messerschmitt Bf 109 over Dunkirk. His unique legless condition surprisingly gave him an edge in dogfights, allowing him to withstand G-forces better than most. As the leader of No. 242 Squadron during the Battle of Britain, Bader was instrumental in lifting squadron morale, achieving significant victories, including shooting down 2 enemy planes on August 30th, 1940. By 1941, now a wing commander, Bader was tasked with escorting bombers, amassing 20 confirmed kills. However, his fearless pursuit of enemy aircraft led to a crash on August 9, 1941, perhaps due to a mid-air collision. Captured by the enemy, Bader was treated with an unexpected respect by his captors. Luftwaffe ace Adolf Galland even arranged for a replacement prosthetic leg to be airdropped to him. Despite being a prisoner, Bader's unyielding spirit continued as he made several escape attempts from Stalag Luft III and later Colditz Castle, all of which failed. Liberated in 1945, he retired a year later with a tally of 22 victories, a testament to his unbreakable spirit and exceptional flying skills. Larry Thorne, the soldier of 3 armies. Born Lauri Torni in 1919 in Viipuri, Finland, Larry Thorne was a true soldier of fortune. His military career began with the Finnish Army, where he bravely fought against Soviet forces during the Winter War of 1939. His courage on the battlefield earned him a promotion, and by the time of the Continuation War in 1941, he was a seasoned commander. Thorne's expertise was recognized beyond Finland. He trained with the Waffen-SS and returned to Finland to command Soviet tanks and lead sabotage missions. In 1942, he suffered injuries from a mine, but continued to lead and inspire his men in the face of adversity, earning the prestigious Mannerheim Cross in 1944. As Finland's resistance waned, Thorne joined the German army in 1945. When the war ended, he surrendered to the British and found himself imprisoned for treason back home. Life after imprisonment found Thorne crossing continents, eventually reaching the United States and transforming into Larry Thorne. Joining the U.S. Army in 1954, he became a celebrated Special Forces captain, notably brave in Vietnam, where he earned 2 Purple Hearts and a Bronze Star. Tragically, on October 18, 1965, Thorne's helicopter was downed in Laos during an MCDSOG mission. His remains were lost for decades, only discovered in 1999 and laid to rest with honors at Arlington Cemetery in 2003. George H.W. Bush, the president who escaped cannibals. Notably young for his role, George H.W. Bush joined the U.S. Naval Reserves at 18 and became a pilot aboard the USS San Jacinto.